So my next fight is in China, August 31st in Shenzhen. I've never fought there. Fought in China many times, about 7 times, including Hong Kong. So it will feel like a kind of like a hometown fight for me, just because I fought there and I got a fan base there already, so people will know me. I remember my international debut was in Hong Kong when I was about, I think I was just a day before my 18th birthday. I flew over there, so this was a long time ago. So if people remember me from that fight, you know, they were there from the start of my career, and yeah, it's exciting to go back over there. Back in 2016, I think I fought there about 3 times, pretty much back to back. So yeah, it's going to be a fun night for me. I'm expecting my opponent, Mark De La Rosa, to bring his A game. He's coming off a loss right now. He's 2-2 in the UFC, so he's been in there a few times, fought a few good guys as well. We've had the same opponent in Elias Garcia. He managed to finish him. So I haven't taken this fight lightly. I know he's going to be coming in and trying to take everything that I have, and that's why I've put everything into this 10 weeks. I've been in this fight camp and I've known about this fight. So yeah, I'm feeling prepared and ready for kind of anything he's going to bring to the table. It makes it a little bit better going to China. You know, usually our trips are quite short, just in and out, have the fight and leave straight away. This time we'll be there in a week leading up to the fight. I guess we get to soak in the city. Apparently Shenzhen's one of the better Chinese cities. So, and with the new PI just opening up in Shanghai, there's a bit of a buzz in China right now, especially if the UFC trying to break through to that market, grow the local talent, and yeah, just trying to get bigger, and it's going to be good to be a part of that. Not only in my hometown in Australia that I'm recognised and fight there, but in China I've been fighting them for so long that it'll be nice to go back over and kind of establish myself again. Where at one point in my career I was the #1 ranked bantamweight and flyweight for China, just because I was fighting in that regional circuit. So yeah, it's going to be a good reception, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So it's been 6 months since we last seen you in the octagon. How have you gotten better?
Yeah, it's been 6 months since my last fight, February, UFC 234 in Melbourne. I sustained an injury since that fight. I hurt my wrist, pretty much the second punch I threw. So I've just been managing that injury. Now I'm 100%, no niggles, no discomfort throwing my right hand. So it's been a nice change, being able to actually throw both hands in training, and I'm 100% now, and I'm feeling pretty confident in training, just because I don't have to hold back at all, and that makes for a dangerous. It's going to make for a dangerous night for me, because I'm going to be using all my weapons. I won't be limited, and I won't be holding back. So that's why I'm excited for this fight.
Where do you see maybe where you were better in this fight? Is it wrestling or striking or all around? So
Mark De La Rosa, one thing he's good at, well, he's good at a few things, but he's good at his rear naked choke. He's good at grinding his opponents against the cage and then breaking them down, and then eventually finding a hole and taking their back. So I've worked quite a lot of extensive cage work with my wrestling coach, Andrade, and just kind of prepared wherever the fight goes. And one thing I feel like I will have an advantage is neutralizing any kind of wrestling and then making it into my game plan. Obviously, it's no secret, everyone likes to strike at this gym. We're City Kickboxing for a reason. So I want to showcase that in this fight, not just show my boxing, but my whole arsenal, and push the pace. I'm feeling fit, you know, in trainings. I'm not getting tired now, and that's reassuring to know that I can go full throttle and not let up that pressure, and eventually we'll find a hole and we'll put them away. So come this fight, yeah, I just want to show my whole game. Obviously not overlook him, but I want to try to get on that Melbourne card after this fight. That would be ideal. It's 5 weeks after. But to be on the same card as, you know, Dan in Israel, on the Melbourne card, is massive in front of 60,000 people. Everything goes to plan, you know, I'll jump straight back into camp and we'll do it again.
What do you credit all the success of CKB with Dan in Israel? throw in Volko in there as well.
Yeah. The success of the gym is it's the atmosphere that Eugene's created. So after we fight, we always come back and make sure that we give our bodies back to, you know, our teammates, and make sure we train constantly, you know, throughout the whole year. So we're not just taking time off and going on holiday and doing other things. We make sure that we reciprocate our time and we put it back in the gym. And then that shows in the fights that when we're, you know, pushed, when we're faced with adversity or pushed deep into in a fight, when you're in a 3 or 5 round fight, we're not fazed by these by what's happening, because we've been there in training. We've been to that dark side where no one likes to go in training, but you have to be able to adapt and be comfortable being uncomfortable. So Eugene's very good at motivating you, and he knows how to trigger each person. Everyone's different. Everyone's motivated differently. You know, me personally, I don't need to be told to keep working hard, because that's just in my character. I like to be a workhorse, and I like to keep my head down and try to pressure someone until I break them mentally. You know, with Israel and a few other guys, you know, Eugene's a bit more vocal, because he likes to motivate them through, you know, telling them just get up, and he has to scream it, and then that lights a fire underneath him. So, you know, that's one thing Eugene's really good at, is adapting to each person and not throwing them in a generic box where they're not getting as much attention. So he's good at also dividing his time with each person, because he's got a lot on his plate. You know, there's a lot of fighters at this gym, a lot of fights. Pretty much every week he's in another country. But he's very good at making sure that you get your one-on-one, your pad work, your attention that you need, game planning, and then come fight night, you're just more well-rehearsed and well-prepared and ready for anything in any scenario. So that gives us confidence, knowing that we have a guy like that that's being so selfless in his own life, that he puts everything into his fighters and into their fight camps.
What do you need to do in this fight to like keep moving up the rankings, flyweight division?
So yeah, I'm not really going to put too much pressure on myself to you know, further my career in the rankings. I'm just going to try put on the best performance I know I can put on, and that's just showcasing my whole game. So I'm not going to pretty much my whole UFC career, people have been saying, you know, win or lose, you'll probably get cut from the division. They're cutting the whole flyweight division. You know, you might have to go up to bantamweight. What are you going to do? I've never really overlooked it. I'm just going to turn up and fight. That's my job. I'm not going to think about the things that I can't control. So in this fight, rankings, you know, they're subjective. Everyone has an opinion on where you should be in the rankings. I'm ranked number 10 right now, but get a good win against Mark De La Rosa, you know, I'm straight. I'm right in the mix there with 3-fight win streak. You know, one or two more fights, I could be in title contention. So that's the good thing about this flyweight. Everyone's putting on good fights. If you look back at the last three or four fight nights, UFC fight nights, there's at least been one flyweight getting a bonus. So that shows that the UFC is recognizing that, you know, the flyweights are actually putting on exciting fights, and anyone can beat anyone. So that's why I'm not looking past Mark. You know, he's a tough and durable opponent. So I respect him a lot. That's why I put everything into this, and I'm ready to go 3 rounds, 1 round. You know, wherever the fight goes, we'll be prepared, and hopefully we'll solve that puzzle early, and we get the job done unscathed, and then Melbourne 5 weeks after. Yeah, at one point they were trimming the fat. They were cutting pretty much every flyweight coming off a loss. There was a lot of guys that I thought should have been still in the UFC that they let go. They've re-signed a few guys that they did let go, so that's kind of, I guess, you know, some positives to take out of that. That means they're not trying to just cut the division, they're trying to grow it again. And then now that's just going to make for a more exciting fights for us, especially for the fans. Because the flyweights, we've always had to fight for our right to be in the UFC. Everyone's kind of counting us out to say, you know, these guys aren't big enough, they're not strong enough, they don't have knockout power. But that's why I feel like my style separates me from the pack. I haven't got a knockout in my UFC career just yet, but if you look at my blueprint, it's all there. I just haven't been able to find the right hit the right sweet spot. But you know, that's why this fight, yeah, I'm excited because I feel like it's going to come. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to be patient, and then yeah, whenever it comes, I'll take it eventually.
What kind of statement are you looking to make on August
1st? Yeah. The statement I'm looking to make August 31st. Especially for the Chinese fans, they love their stand-up. They love their exciting, you know, back and forth fights. I'm ready to take it to Mark. I met him in Melbourne, sized him up then. So you know, it's not something that I'm not used to. You know, this isn't my first rodeo. It's not my UFC debut. I've been in there twice now. I've been around the big lights, all the people, and I'm not focused on any of that. I'm just focused on the task at hand, which is Mark, and we will get the job done, and we'll hopefully get the finish. And just look at me being all-rounded, throwing all my arsenal in the mix, and yeah, hopefully we get that finish.